Hello and welcome back to the Worstlock. It has been a long time since we have done this, and there's a reason for that, other than me being lazy, but that's also a reason for it. The reason, the actually not terrible reason for why I've been slow with this coming out, is there's been some changes to the Worstlock. This is kind of like a season 2 of the Worstlock, I guess. And so, because one of the things when I told people about the Worstlock is they'd be like, oh, so which card, so have you got Pit Lord in your deck? No. Well, that's not the worst deck ever, is it? And so, I got tired of that shit, because Pit Lord isn't actually that terrible a card. It's not good, but it is not Worstlock material. And so I decided, fine then, I'll use what the community says are the worst cards. So, right now, the Worstlock consists of only cards which have been rated as low as possible on Hearthstone top decks, because that's the only place I could find which actually had an easy-to-access rating system for all of these cards. So, and it's also a relatively popular one, to my knowledge, given the number of votes there. So, as a result, my deck has changed significantly. There are plenty of cards I am very surprised were rated as low as they were. Some I understand why, and still think that they shouldn't be included in this deck. And a couple I'm saying, yeah, that's fair enough. Mainly because those ones were already in the Worstlock, actually. But anyway, let's get on with this shit as we begin the League of Explorers. As you can already see here. Now, I can't come back and access Naxxramas because Blizzard decided I'm not allowed to do that. Fuck you, Blizzard, for that. But I do intend to come back to Blackrock Mountain and try this new Worstlock here. See how that compares to the old Worstlock. If I have more difficulty with something, less difficulty with something, I'll try to fight that broke on me with Thorosan. This is awkward. Maybe Blizzard doesn't want me to do the worst. Okay, there we go, much better. The Worstlock we go. And I've got a little something with this. Fun fact with this, I actually wasn't waiting to do what you're about to see. It was just simply, in order to be able to do what I'm about to see, I needed to get a couple cards. And so while I was working on getting those cards, it just kind of happened that I got them at about the same time I had enough dust to do what I've done. And you'll see in just a moment. Yeah. And now you're crying because the realization comes upon you that this entire deck is going to be golden. I have a golden Worstlock. It's beautiful. And this is going to make it incredibly easy, but I'm disappointed it's not golden. Because this means I get to discover good cards, which is, you know, something Hemmet Nessingway is going to cause some, not problems, but, you know, sadness. I feel having a golden Hemmet Nessingway here. 3,200 dust just gone for that trash. I came to realize just how obscenely, costed all of this stuff was. Also, I don't get why Prince Valinar was... I'll be saying this stuff as it comes up. I don't understand why Prince Valinar is in here. I don't get why they were considered bad enough for the Worstlock. I mean, they're not great. Given the fact that you've got to have no 4-drops in your deck, and I'm guessing that there's a fair amount of 4-drops people run quite consistently. But I'm just gonna go and do this while he's talking.
Yes.
I'll take Shade. This isn't gonna be nice here because his hero power activates automatically, so he automatically gets Wind Fury. But yeah, I don't quite get Prince Valinar. Because if you actually attune your deck to, you know, having him in it, he isn't bad. Oh, this is not nice though. You're not considered a beast, are you? No. But you are, so I can at least shoot you.
Yes.
Let's just do that so we don't have to deal with that. Hopefully he'll hit one of my things. Probably not though. He'll probably just go face. Yep, and then do the face with that. Okay, so it was actually smart enough to hit the correct thing. I was kind of I was hoping he wouldn't be. God. Stop throwing this board flood at me. Come on, what do we got here? Twisting Nether, that'll be great if I can survive to that, to turn 8. That can soak up some hits at least.
Wow, I can't believe that worked.
What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, the wish for more wishes, that's right. Right, we'll do that so we don't overdraw. And hey, it might distract him from some damage to us. But yeah, I just... If you go in... Oh wait, no, I've still got to overdraw. But at least I got wishes. That's nice. Yeah, the thing which I don't get is just, you know, if you go and put the effort into getting his effect, it's a good effect. Like, Lifesteal and Taunt for 4 mana on a 4/4 is not bad at all. I don't get why he is considered Worstlock material. It seems really, really odd to me. Oh, gosh. None of these are good choices here. Walking Grease is the best one, but it's still not good. You know what? Let's play Ardent Watchman. We'll do Arcane Golem, so this will make him want to play out his field more, allowing us to go into a Twisting Nether. If he does that, which he probably will. He probably will go and just throw himself into a twist. Oh, God. You son of a bitch. Now we'll go face with that. Yep, what a surprise. Okay, what minion can we get from this? Doomsayer, excellent. Kind of. I've got to Twisting Nether this turn. And I've got to hope I get a wish that can let me survive another one, because otherwise this is gonna hurt. That's not gonna do that most likely. I need a taunt. Oh boy. Do I have one? Yes, I do. I get to avoid its terrible, terrible battle cry. But it's, I mean, actually, I'm kind of over-exaggerating how terrible it is. Ooh. Ooh, this might let me live a turn. Emphasis on might. And if I can go into a Doomsayer from it, that will mean he won't play. So hopefully, because of this Doomsayer, he won't play anything out. Meaning I'll be safe from a Wind Fury boy, hopefully. Never mind, I lose. Oh. Oh yeah, I've got the restart button. But we should go with the classic concede. Because that's more interesting. So, I'll actually do it next episode. Next episode, I'll show off what my... Actually, no. I may as well do it now. I may as well show the changes now. I just wanted it to be a bit of a surprise that we had golden cards for it. Because this will be the first time where I'm showing that off. There's a thing I recorded earlier where I show it off, but yeah. So, let's discuss the changes done to the Worstlock. We have Emerald Reaver. I understand that. It's a neutral battle cry, and it loses a stat point for what it should have for that. Perfectly understandable why it's in here. Ardent Watchman, like I feel that there's worse kind of cards if you're taking away synergistic stuff here, but I understand why it's there. Ardent Watchman, understand why, it's just an extra stat, but it can't attack without you paying 2 mana, that's shit. Demon Fuse, I kind of get, but I don't get why Demon Fuse, but not Dark Bargain. I understand that, you know, destroying 2 creatures is a bigger effect, but effectively you've just got 2 deadly shots and fused into 1 card, and the price for them being fused into 1 card is discarding 2 from your hand. I guess the reason why Dark Bargain is rated higher than Demon Fuse in this case, being because you can use discarding 2 cards from your hand in a positive way, like discarding your Silverware Golems, getting your quest racked up, like there's uses for that. There's not so many uses for giving your opponent a mana crystal. And we've also got the other give your opponent a mana crystal. I guess people just really hate giving the opponent things. I'm surprised Treachery isn't on here in that same way, but I guess people enjoyed the potential fuckery that can be done with that. I know I do. But yeah, I can see Arcane Golem and Demon Fuse because they're just they're only 1 stat point better than alternatives for those kinds of effects, but they give the opponent a mana crystal for it, and 1 stat point isn't even worth a mana crystal, so unless it's a turn 10, unless your opponent was already going to hit 10 mana anyway, you're not doing yourself any favors with Demon Fuse. Duskboar, I get why, that was in the Worstlock. It's not a very good card. It's basically just a Magma Rager, but for 1 cost less and 1 attack less. Meaning it is technically better than Magma Rager, I would say, but it's still not very good. Speaking of which, I don't get why Magma Rager isn't here. Amgam Rager, I understand, because 1/5 without any kind of taunt on it, not very good. Like, this is... yeah, like... Silverback Patriarch should have been this with Taunt. Speaking of which, we have Silverback Patriarch here, which is not that. It's 1 health less, and it's got Taunt. So it's still more useful, I'd say, than Amgam Rager. Though if you can give Amgam Rager Taunt, then it kind of fixes its huge weakness, but not really. Still not that great. Backstreet Leper, totally understand. You're paying 2 mana more for 2 attack more over a regular Leper Gnome, and that is shit. You would want this to be like a 3/3 or a 5/1. You know, have another Magma Rager kind of thing in there. Why not? Because we didn't have one on back on, you know, on Main Streets. Why not make this the Magma Rager? Leper Rager. Why not? Instead, we've got a really terrible card. Like, goodness, I would say this is, yeah, one of the worst cards in Hearthstone, really. Howlfiend. I understand why. There's some really cool stuff that can be done with Howlfiend. I personally, I have a deck which tries to use that to fuck with the opponent really hard, and it sometimes works. But at the same time, I entirely get why it's here. It's got a terrible, terrible effect for just 2 health more, and that 2 health is helping its terrible effect to get off even more. So... if this was a 6/3, it would be a lot better. Because of the fact that then, most of the time it's dying in 1 shot, its terrible effect only occurs once. So, and you can hit really hard with it. But as it stands, it's, yeah, not good for it. Ironforged Rifleman, entirely understand that too. It's not a good card at all, terrible stats for a lackluster ability. Granted, it's not that far off from actually being on curve with other abilities of the same type. Just generally, this is yeah, it's still a bit underside though. Prince Tal'Daran, I entirely get as well. His effect is very, very poor for what it's asking of you. There's only a few cards you'd actually be able to really benefit from having his effect to make it worthwhile. And some of them are 3-cost cards, so you can't use him with that. And it's not that great with it. Toothy Chest, I get why. I'm not sure why Validated Doomsayer isn't in this same category. But Toothy Chest, I get why he's here. He is very vulnerable to having his, like, 4/4 stat line not ever come out. If it does, he's good. But if the enemy gets even a single hit on him, he's either at or below value. So I get why Tooth Chest. Ancient Shade, I know why he's here. I love that he's here. At the same time, I feel that there's some cards here that are much worse than him, but he definitely deserves a place in the Worstlock, both for fun and terribleness. Evolved Kobold, understand why. It's terrible, terrible stat line, and you're just paying way too much mana for an extra +1 spell damage from the Kobold, like, Geomancer or whatever he's called. It's freaking 2 mana for a single spell damage. That is not worth it in any way. Speaking of which, we also have Spellweaver, which is basically just, you know, Evolved Kobold, but +2/+2. I'd say in that regard, because he's more durable, he's kind of better than Evolved Kobold, but at the same time, you can't play him into as many things as you can Evolved Kobold. Like, you can Evolved Kobold and Blizzard, but you can't do that with Spellweaver. And I don't get why Spellweaver was rated so much lower than Evolved Kobold, because I do feel that they are roughly as terrible as each other, just for different reasons. Keening Banshee, again, terrible effect for just +1 stat point. Bad. Get why it's in here. Prince Valnar, already said, I don't understand why it's here. If you can get that effect off, it's really, really good. And if you can't get that effect off, you wouldn't be running this card in your deck anyway. So I just don't get quite why he's rated so terribly. Heck, even if you're not getting his effect off, that stat line is only slightly below average. Same thing with Prince Tal'Darim, but his effect is a lot worse. That's why I understand why he's here. Because you're not going to build a deck around him. You might build a deck around this. But for some reason, these two are rated very similarly, and I just don't understand it. Tenorize Hog Chopper, I get entirely why. Because though he is great if you can get his effect off, you are never going to get his effect off on an actually intelligent player. Fortunately, that's not going to be an issue against AI, but if they've got any kind of draw, it probably will be. Ticking Abomination, I get why here as well. He will destroy your field, so you have to basically play him out into an empty board, but unlike the regular Abomination, he doesn't have Taunt, so he's just a big boy, +2 stats for the threat of ruining your whole board. Not that great. Worgen Greaser, I would say he doesn't deserve to be in the Worstlock. His stat line is not bad at all. It's just, he's fragile. He hits really hard, but he's fragile. That's just how it is. Grok Fu Master was rated the worst card out of all of the ones in here from recollection, and I do not understand it. Sure, his stat line is not very good, but it's just slightly below average for having Wind Fury on it. And so he's bad, but worst? Like, apparently, according to ratings, he's one of the worst in the game, and I don't get that. That seems really odd to me. Hemet Nessingwari, again, he's bad. His Battle Cry of Destroying a Beast pretty much is only useful on Hunters and the occasional Druid, and even then, you're not going to be hitting too hard with that most of the time. I guess he's useful against the Evolved Stegodon kind of thing, or whatever it's called. But he's just overall not that great an effect for his stat line is it's 2 less than it would be for a card of his cost normally. Keep in mind he's legendary, so you would expect the like extra stat point in there as well, which I guess is the issue that people have with these. They don't have the extra stat point you'd expect from a legendary. That is to say, I believe it should be an extra stat point. Blizzard just thinks legendaries can be any stats they want to be, so I don't know. But, I get why him in this thing where he's here. His effect most of the time will not be useful, and without his effect being useful, he's not a good card. Troglometer and Venomancer I don't get. Sure, they have low attack stats, but they've got a decent health amount, and they both have poisonous. Their attack is irrelevant because they insta-gib anything they hurt. So, why is that such an issue with their thing? Like, sure, they should probably have like an extra health point for each of these. I feel that that should be the case for both. But that's definitely like not that much of an issue because they're poisonous cards. Poison is really good and doesn't require you to have a high attack stat. Heck, like I'd gladly have like Venomancer being a 1-7 if as opposed to a 2-6 or something like that. Or heck, I'd even take it as a 1-6 just because I don't care about attack if it's poisonous. Heck, I'd love to see Blizzard make a card that has 0 attack and does just poisonous anyway. Like, it can attack and just does poisonous effect on things. Like, it can't hurt the opponent, but it does poisonous. I guess they'd probably just do 1 attack then, and I don't know. Like, I feel that it would be interesting having that kind of a thing on it. Mogul's Champion, I get why. It's very unreliable. It's got a fragile stat line to it. So it's... I understand why this is in here and why Ogre Brute isn't. Makes sense. The Boogie Monster, I get why here as well. He has a terrible, terrible stat line unless his effect goes off. And his effect is not good. You need to attack and kill a minion to gain +2/+2, and so doing that once puts him in line with what a legendary really should have. And doing it multiple times makes him good, but you are so unlikely to get this off even once. Especially because, you know, it's after you attack, so if you were going to die during the attack, you just die and it doesn't have anything come out of it. And you've got to still kill the minion after it, so if that Divine Shield, well, doesn't fucking work. This should have been either when this attacks or when this kills a minion, gain +2/+2. Because it requires both, that's why it's shit. Dragon Hatcher I don't get. Like, yes, his stat line is terrible, but just about any deck where you would actually run Dragon Hatcher, you are going to have some fucking huge dragons. And you are not going to care that he's just, like, removed their battle cry most of the time. Because you just got played 9 mana and probably got an 8-8, if not like a 12-12 or a 4-12 or something out of it. The only reason I can see for why he's considered so bad is because his effect probably doesn't work with cards like Ysera. But even then, you're still getting ridiculous stat lines on this 9 mana 2/4. He's pulling out another 9 mana card most likely if you're running him. And even though his stats are terrible, it's still a 9 mana in addition to this terrible statted 9 mana. So you're getting your value worth, but I guess most people don't see it that way. Dragons do generally have very good battle cries, so I can get why in that regard, but still, Worstlock material, I don't think so. Except for the fact I have no dragons into Worstlock, so it is actually Worstlock material in this case. That's it. I can agree with it in that regard. Giant Mastodon, I understand where they're coming from with this, because it's a really big... It just wastes your turn on doing nothing effectively, but it's a fucking huge taunt. If your opponent doesn't have like a kill card or a very strong board established, this is going to take a lot to get through. And yeah, that's basically it. This is a heavy frickin' taunt. Good luck getting through it. So I don't quite get why, you know, it would be rated so low. This I understand why though, because, you know, it's 10 mana for 10/10, which is on curve and all, but you have spent your entire turn doing nothing but playing a 10/10 drop. There's also better 10 drops out there thanks to legendaries existing, which I'm annoyed at, but there's a great deal better 10 drops out there. this is the only kind of like average 10 drop that exists, and so it's considered terribly. And also, you're doing nothing in your turn when you play this. He has no kind of taunt or anything to soak up hits, so you kind of just have to play this card when you're ahead. It will give you a good boost when you're ahead, but that's the only time when you can really safely play him. So I get why he's there. I have gone on for so long just showing off those changes to the Worstlock. But that's because I'm now going to completely and utterly obliterate this guy. And the episode would have been really, really short without me going and showing the changes made and explaining how I feel about them. Just watch. I will destroy this guy this time because I don't know. But I'll do it. Trust me. I'll get much better pulls from his wishes, and I'll win through that somehow. Hope I might be able to get Emerald Reef at the start of my turn, because even though Emerald Reef is terrible, it's better than not having a 1-drop. Come on, Zinaar, let's do this. The thing that's really shit with Demon Fuse in this deck, the only demon in this deck is Howlfiend. The one thing I don't want to actually be giving more health to, and that's all I have. Oh no. Ah. I'm not happy with this. Pit Snake, okay. I would like to have actually... I don't think these two work together. I wish they did though. Shadow Flame will still be good. Oh, life tap here. I shouldn't have done that really. 4-cost card, not so useful. Oh no, that's not nice. Oh, I really hope he hits my face in the next turn instead of the Arcane Golem I'm about to play, because I really have to play that out here. Fist of Draxus. Let's go! Let's go, boys! Discard Fist of Draxus, Howlfiend. Discard Fist of Draxus, go! No! Whatever. Dragon Hatcher, I'm fine with that dropping. Not so fine with this damage I'm taking though. Fuck me. Okay, come on. I need to discover a spell in something like Defile. Can I have it? That works! That works well. No 2-drops, unfortunately. I can use this to reverse a Dust Devil attack or something like that. That's what I'm looking at as. That won't work! Fuck. What can I get? I'll take it! I'll take it. I need to use this as a defensive line. Was hoping I could discard Fist of Draxus there. Okay, cool. Got it. Hate it, but got it. Oh, you actually were smart and Demon Fuse gets its value. And now I hope this hits that. Well, fuck me. He's got a lot of creatures they've summoned, so I'll take Hellfire. Hopefully he just dumbs and attacks with this first, but he won't probably. Nope, the AI is still dumb when it comes to that. Oh, that's a bit annoying. But it makes me feel safe in playing Hellfire when it comes around. Oh. That's nasty. What have I got here? I don't think I'll go for Cataclysm there. I'll try an Implosion. See how that goes. Yeah! Lucky boy! You feel icky. Okay. So that's the thing that the Backstreet Leopard says. I don't know. I've never really played him before. So I wouldn't have a way to know. Oh, please don't have some, like, overload card. That's annoying. And that'll hit this, I guess. Yep. Makes sense. Alright then. Ooh. 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 That could be very good. So I'm going to clear with Hellfire here. I want to get the healing potion right now, or Dragonfire potion. Either one will be good. Not so much Blast Crystal potion. That's not what I was looking for. I'll pull out my Emerald Reaver, so it's fine by me. Do these work together? I don't know. I'll find out. Yes, yes they do. Okay, that's cool. Oh, I could have done this with Halfiend. Sad. I'll take Karakajam. Would have preferred something a bit better there, but I'll take what I can get. That might be where my Blast Crystal goes.
My eyes are open.
I don't really know what to do for this field. Oh, now I do. This works wonders. So Blast Crystal this blasted. Do this, and kablamo, his board is gone. Two more wishes. That's annoying. You... Okay. Alright, yep, you got that already. Good, lovely. Fuck you. Alright, come on. I need wish for spell, good, and... I die from that. You're not a team. Oh, I can use that to eliminate this. What's the minion I can get? Perfect. Excellent. Good.
Don't worry, Lux. The cavalry's here.
Alright. I've just got to outlast him. That's what I've got to do with this guy. As long as you outlast him. Oh, no. Oh, please. No. Don't have lethal like this. You fucking piece of shit. What's this mage fuckery here? 10 damage from the hand. Fucking twat. And anger. I'm anger. I was recovering there. I was a recovering addict from dying. If it weren't for the wishes he gives you, this would be so hard. But, I mean, if it weren't for the wishes he gives you, he would kind of fall off really quickly, actually. Actually, I'll keep Arcane Golem, because they are a relatively early drop I can do. As a Sergeant Watchman. That could be useful. For when I just need to say fuck you to his hand, field, whatever. Provided he doesn't have a pit snake, but he always has a pit snake at the start, so... yeah. Yeah, you freaking... I don't know how many pit... I think he has 2 pit snakes, but I don't know. This certainly doesn't indicate that to me. I'll take Tar Creeper, I guess. Come on, hit that. Hit that with the pit snake. You know you want to. At least Sergeant Watchman gets some use now. At least that happens. Oh my god. Boombot is broken as shit, but Abyssal Enforcer works too well here. And yeah, I need to do this, because otherwise I'm just fucking getting 6 damage to my face. I would rather not have that occur. I might have to do that again. Oh, looks like that's not even going to be an option for me. I could use a Defile or Hellfire or like just anything like that, please. Please, spell, give me just something that clears. That's not what I was really wanting. Fuck. I'll take a Demon Fire, I guess, and just throw it at that. God damn it. I think the wishes he gives are random. Yes, that would have been a decent card for me to have here, actually. Ah, God. Okay. I do this and play Mana Wraith to make it more awkward for him to flood the board. And hope I get Spell. Discover More Wishes comes with a spell, I'm pretty sure, so... Oh, piss off! Wait, what? Oh, fuck you! What is this bullshit? I hope the spell one comes first. Yeah, it does. Cool. Right, I need to have a board presence with this, so I've got to go for that. Good, I hit the maximum amount again. I'm going to leave Pit Snake alive, because doing so will leave Mana Wraith alive, making it more awkward for him to play out his next hand. Alright, now we sacrifice that. We'll get 2 for chest out since he can't stop it. Let's see what the forecast I get from this is. We had a lot of creatures die this turn. So that's actually a good pull here. 4 mana for 7/7, I'll take that. I just hope I don't fucking die next turn. Don't hit me in the face with this. Of course you're going face with this shit. Fuck me. Oh, come on. You fucking shithead. I'm in so much hatred right now. I'll take this. Go for that to there. I can throw this here. I don't goddamn know. Life is pain. He's got the Roaring Torch in his hand right now. Or he'll have it after this draw. And I'll just lose. Yeah, there we go. He had it before, that's why he just went face. Fucking face shit. Can't do anything about it because it's just not interactive. You're just defending against someone that just keeps fucking throwing the face at you. And it can sustain just like the shit ton of Wind Fury things. See, Wind Fury ain't bad. So I don't get why people think Rockfin is so terrible. Oh, lovely. Whatever. I don't want to Arcane Golem Play isn't actually a great thing here because it will just proceed to make him have more creatures faster. And he already has a lot of creatures very quickly, and I don't get a first turn as usual. Because the Emerald Reaver can't start the game in my hand for some reason. But Pit Snake will always start the game in his hand. Oh, and a Wisp, lovely. What can I get? Oh, there's Emerald Reaver. Nice to see you. Ooh, that's a taunt, so I could actually make use of that. Because taunts are something that this deck lacks a lot, it seems. I'll never actually get this thing's effect off, but I'm just looking for it as a taunt here. I'm guessing he'll just go face, but he might do a smart and hit the Wisp into the Emerald. Yeah. They have improved the AI a little, I guess, judging from that. What are we getting here? Ooh. Ooh, that's actually really nice. Being able to pop 2 taunts. Being able to pop 2 of my creatures into taunts would be very useful. Even though most of the creatures in this deck are weighted towards having higher attack, which isn't very good. There he goes, just ignoring all of my shit. What do we got here? Ooh. You know what? You're just a standardly good card. So I'll throw you out here. And remove that fucking snake. Because you're annoying me. Hey, I can make Amgam Rager not terrible like this. Fuck you. Fuck you so much. I hate you. And then you do that shit. You've just always got a fucking pit snake, don't you? Always got to have the last snake in these things. Fucking... Let's take Tidehunter. So we can do this and play out Silverback. Silverback will play Die to Pit Snake, or he'll do some like spell shit. Play spell shit. Nope. Okay. Oh boy, what a lovely field he has. And I am scared of... Please, Hellfire. What a file. No. That's not what I wanted. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I guess this. It'll probably just die. But fucking... I'm just... not sure what to do against this fucking bullshit. So I'm gonna lose that thing from my hand. Can I get a file, please? Corrupting Mist? Really? You know what? It's probably the best I'm gonna get here. Then I do this and... Probably gonna die. Probably gonna die this turn. Oh yay, that's gonna get freaking buff. At least he did that stupidly. And I can Siphon Soul that thing out of existence now, so... Not everything's terrible. I'll take this just because I need to have something to play out onto this board. So, I'm kind of recovering now. Insist on kind of. That's a beast. So that can die. Hermit Nesting Worry. getting value. Good. And this guy doesn't actually have any kind of like buff stuff for his Wind Furies, fortunately, so I'm not actually going to care much about that. So let's see what we get. Spell. Do I go for Drain Life, or do I take Curse of a Farm? I don't need to really hurt him, I need to survive. Because as long as I can survive, he'll draw himself to death. So, yep, that's my plan. I'll play it out just because I need something out. More wishes, cool. Yep. Makes sense that would come out there, because fuck me. I'll take more wishes so I can play with good cards. What's our spell? Implosion. I'll take it. It's broken. Minion. You know what? Sure. I'll take a draw for free. Does play a better choice there. I can't remember what the other one was. There was Mare Fog, which was trash. Fearsome Doomguard might have been good, but it didn't play directly into what I had right there in terms of mana. So, you know, I'm fine. Yeah. Emerald Reaver's my only 1-drop, so that's... Oh boy. Okay. So now he has no more 1-drops. That's nice, at least. Chainstone Gang, cool. That's good for this. Very good. I'll throw these into here. Because I don't fucking want that thing being alive near me. I need reliability, not Mogor, so I'll play with that. I don't really care for drawing, really. I think I've won this here. I think this is the one which I win unless he just throws some bullshit at my face. All of a sudden. Which is quite a possibility, really, given how things have gone earlier. But I hope it doesn't go that way. I really do. Oh, he's gonna lose this, almost guaranteed. If he doesn't, I'm gonna be pissed. Yeah, he lost that. Oh, but he came close to winning that. Fuck. Yep. I'm kind of gotta do it this way, unfortunately. I can play this out actually, and it won't be too bad because my draw no longer hurts me. And he's nearly lost. I've just gotta beat out his hand and I win. Unfortunately, the way the AI works is that as long as it doesn't have... Oh. Interesting. And slightly annoying. The way the AI works is that as long as it doesn't have lethal, it will actually try to clear. Which works for me in this regard. Oh yeah, let's actually attack. Actually, I'm not gonna go and bother, because I can just do this, and that will eliminate that. I do want reliability though, so I'll throw Grokfu Master. Right, over Mogors. Okay, he has a Roaring Torch there. But he's still... Because my worry is that he's got like another Forgotten Torch in there, and that he will have lethal off of it, but now he doesn't anymore. Heck, he didn't have it anyway. So I'm all good. In fact, I've won, I'm pretty sure. You know what, why not? Why not take that? Play out Mogul, play out Evolved Kobold. I'm not going to play out Ancient Shade because, I mean, I could do it now, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I'm safe from... Okay, so there's his other Roaring Torch. I win. Fucking G, mate. You lose. That's to a minion. So I can't do that for lethal on him, but whatever. I'll take it. Now he dies. Because he'll draw to kill himself. That's how I beat a genie. You did too many wishes and you died. It's the way you do it. That was a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, that was nearly an hour. Granted, probably half an hour of that was me talking about the changes to the Worstlock. So actually, I'll put up the changes to the Worstlock as... Should I do that as another video or not? I don't know. And you'll probably hear me like clacking with the dice I've got at my table together. You know what? Fuck it. This will be kept as like a whole thing where I introduce to the season 2 of the Worstlock. It will be an extra long first episode. And then on to the Sun Raider Ferrex.
You handle the guard, I'll take care of the rest.
Yeah, that thing. In the next episode.